Alright everybody, welcome back to another Xvault gaming video. Xvault here, and today what we're going to go over is your PS Plus Extra and Premium games for the month of May 2023. So there's a lot of good games in here, a lot of things to kind of go over, so without further ado, let's go ahead and jump to it. Alright, so like I was saying, what we're going to do is go over those games offered to you via the PS Plus Extra and Premium tier for the month of May 2023. So these will all go live as of May 16th, which would be Tuesday. So at the time of this recording, there's a lot of things are going over. We're going to pull this via the PlayStation blog, and just a quick disclaimer, if you see some videos on here, it's going over the main highlighted games I want to highlight. Of course, the other games I will talk about and go over, but I just want to hit those videos on there. If you want to see the rest, I definitely recommend you looking at those trailers and such online for your own benefit, of course, because I can only fit so much in this video without making it an hour long. So, appreciate that, just quick disclaimer, but let's go off of it. We have a big one here, folks, and we're talking about Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart. Now, this is where you can blast your way through an interdimensional adventure, go dimension hopping with Ratchet and Clank as they take on an evil emperor for another reality. Jump between action-packed worlds and beyond at mind-blowing speeds, complete with dazzling visuals and an insane arsenal as an intergalactic adventurers blast onto the PS5 console. So this game, obviously, I played through, I did get the plat, I thought it was phenomenal. The gameplay, the graphics, the quick loading, the traveling from dimension to dimension is super, super quick. It just makes it so there's really practically no loading at all. Just a blast to have. And just another disclaimer for anybody that, states that single player games are one and done. That's not necessarily the truth. It's always a blast to go back and play these after some time has passed and you want to get that playthrough again. It doesn't matter if you have all the trophies or not. Games like this, whether it be platformers or story-driven games, whatever, it's always great to re-experience them. It's never a one-and-done situation for most games that are single-player offline. So just keep that in mind, but this game is phenomenal. Highly recommend it. The best thing on the list, and this is what I like to see from a subscription service, is the fact that you get a first-party AAA exclusive, but not day and date. You still get these added to the program, but it's not affecting the quality, it's not affecting the sales. That's how you do it. Now, moving on, let's go over a brand new game here we're calling Humanity. You are a Shiba Inu charged with commanding massive marching crowds to jump, turn, push, float, shoot, and climb their way to salvation. Guide the masses through 90 plus stages filled with obstacles, enemies, puzzles, unlockable skills, and wild boss fights in the narrative campaign, or browse a wide array of user-made levels, or build your own, crafted via the super easy to use in-game stage creator. Humanity also includes PSVR and PSVR 2 support, so definitely keep that in mind. You can count this as a VR title as well if you do have those accessories, and definitely enjoy it. To me, everything that I've seen, there's a lot that can be done with this game. I do think it is more of like in a way, a 3D-esque Lemmings type of title. I did enjoy Lemmings for a long time, and I think this is something completely different and has a different spin on it. And again, you get to try this out in the VR situations as well, so there's a lot of fun to be had here, and I think there's a lot of marketing behind this all of a sudden, so I think this will be a really unique experience. May not be for everybody, but I think there's going to be a lot of folks out there that are pleasantly surprised with this, so definitely keep your eye out on this game here. A couple other honorable mentions I do want to go over that they have been out for a while as well, but Watch Dogs Legion, that has been out for a while, but here you explore a massive urban open world featuring London's many iconic landmarks and fun side activities as you build a resistance from virtually anyone you see as you hack, infiltrate, and fight to take back a city facing its downfall. You can recruit and play anyone in the city and so on and so forth. I still, to this day, have not tried this game out. I've heard it was very mid, very okay, so for those of you wanting to try it out, or if you have the time and your backlog isn't huge as it is, definitely check this out. You can also buy this substantially cheap as it's on sale for $10 or less half the time, if not $15. So very affordable. If you aren't subbed, you can always check that out. And then, of course, we're getting a game that has been out for quite some time, but Dishonored 2. This game is very well done, a lot of high praise and everything like that, so that will be added as well. You also get Dishonored, Death of the Outsiders, so kind of keeping with the theme there. And then another one here that we're going to go over is one that really caught my eye. This is almost like a mix of Metroidvania slash possibly a good story, possibly this and that. So here you fight monsters and cultivate rice in this fascinating side-scrolling action title. Learn the ancient art of agriculture from planting to harvesting to cultivate the perfect crop. As a harvest goddess, Sakuna's strength grows with each rice crop, with attributes such as aesthetic and flavor directly correlating to her combat abilities. Using farm tools as weapons, chain together quick, heavy, and special attacks to take down demonic beasts, while mastering the magical divine raiment will be essential to grapple distant platforms, evade danger, and overcome powerful enemies. So as I kept watching this, not only the graphics really caught my eye, but the fluidness of the combat and so on and so forth. So I think this is really cool. I really hope this does well. To my knowledge, at this point in time, I don't think this has been released before. Maybe it has, and I just haven't heard of it, but it does look really good. So the biggest telltale sign is if I get my hands on it, and by get my hands on, I mean actually give it a chance to play. If that gameplay is super smooth, that's my bread and butter right there. I love the smooth gameplay. If the gameplay is there, everything else can kind of fall in line and make it even better, but that's what it's looking like to me, so I hope I'm right, just from looking at it trailer-wise and synopsis-wise. So we'll see what happens there, and I suggest everybody give that a chance. I will kind of do an update later for everybody, seeing if that is a really good game that I'd recommend. So we'll keep an eye out for that. Moving on, we do have a bunch of Tomb Raider games. Now, you do get Tomb Raider, the Definitive Edition. This is probably my favorite of the trilogy. The story is the strongest in this one. I like the origin piece of it, how they kind of rebooted everything. It still looks phenomenal. I think the gameplay is great. I like the set pieces. I like the ending. I like everything about this game. I was completely floored, taken aback as far as how good this game was. I wasn't 100% sure. I thought it would falter at some point when it first came out. It did not. It hit every mark for me. It's almost basically a 10 out of 10 for me. So definitely check this one out. And then of course you get Rise of the Tomb Raider, which is the sequel to this. This is the 20-year celebration pack. That one improved everything but the story. The gameplay did get even better. I think there's a lot of cool level designs. I like the traversal, still linear, yet somewhat semi-open to a point. So I liked a lot of that. It just, the story felt a little flat. I thought they could go a lot of different places in the second one and really escalate what happened in the first game, but you know, it was okay. It was serviceable. I didn't have an issue with it per se, but it was just very kind of flat when I was hoping for more. But still a really phenomenal game. But that brings us over to the third entry into the series, which is Shadow of the Tomb Raider. This one was complete doo-doo. I didn't even bring myself playing past half the game because I had to look at myself and be honest and say, this was not what I was looking for. It's like a you know, even further semi-open world. You have hubs and such. You're talking to NPC players, getting pieces of the story that way. I just don't think that's the direction that Tomb Raider should have taken in a way. And what made Tomb Raider special, even back in the PS1 days, is the fact that you are Lara Croft. You are going to those tombs. You are exploring. It seems like you're coming across all these new artifacts and story and hidden secrets yourself. You're truly secluded, so it gives you a sense of accomplishment that you found something special, that your character did that. And this one was just all over the place. I thought it was boring. It was flat. The story was just way out in left field, in my opinion. Just really didn't do good for the franchise when it hit that. So hopefully they can find their footing. Whoever has this in the meantime. I know that Square Enix sold this portion of Crystal Dynamics off, so who knows what's going on there, but it's unfortunate at this point that it did end on that note, but some people did like it, so definitely go check that out if you want. And then of course we have games like Bus Simulator 21 for those simulator fans. Go ahead and enjoy that. We got games like Evil Within 2, Wolfenstein Youngblood, Thymesia, Rain World, Lake, Conan Exiles, which if you do kind of cheese this game for the trophy hunters out there, you can get this plat with very little trouble, I would say. As long as you got a friend, at least one friend, to kind of go over some of these mods and stuff in the game, you can achieve that platinum pretty quickly. So look out for some guides there on how to do so. Rune Factory 4 special is there. Story of Seasons, Friends of Mineral Town. This is another basically Harvest Moon kind of game there, so check that out if you are a huge fan of that series. We got a game called Soundfall, and then of course that'll round out the extra catalog. And just a brief mention here for some of the premium. So if you are part of the premium tier, what you are going to get is some classics here from the PS1 days, and what you're going to be attributed to here is you're going to get another Siphon Filter game. So they've been releasing these month after month, one game at a time, and here we have Siphon Filter Logan's Shadow. So I believe this was the PSP version, and we'll see if they integrate dual analog controls there or whatever the case is, but this was a really good game and excited for people to get their hands on that. And then of course we have a great game called Blade Dancer Lineage of Light. I believe this is a past PSP game, so keep an eye out for that. I thought it was somewhat of a RPG, but I could be wrong there. But you do have quick rewind, up rendering, stuff like that, such as all the PS Plus premium titles, so keep that in mind as well. We have a game called Pursuit Force I'm not super familiar with, but you also get added to the PS4 portion here. We get Ghostbusters, the video game remastered. Now I played this back on the PS3 days, and the loading was absolutely horrendous. The game was actually kind of hard, but I am excited to actually try this out again. It is part of this pack, so I don't necessarily have to buy this game if I don't want to, and I want to try it out again, see if they've improved anything from what I remember and such like that. But it really is a pretty solid game, so if anybody missed out on it and you are subscribed to Premium, this will be part of that package as well. So that being said, that will be your games added for the month of May 2023. Again, that will release very soon on the 16th. So by the time of this recording, or that you are going to be seeing this, that should be Tuesday, which would be one day from this time of recording. That being said, I think this is a very solid lineup. I think it's a really compelling way to do a subservice, and I think they do it in the right way possible by releasing those indie games day one, but not those AAA day one exclusives. Again, we'll kind of touch base on that a little bit more in a future video in regards to subscription services, as I keep an eye and keep tabs in the way that, you know, we are going in the game industry and what's to be expected. So we'll end it there. I appreciate it. Everybody's support as usual. Thank you so much. Wrapping it up here. If you haven't already, definitely leave a comment down below on what you think about this lineup, as well as leaving a like, helping out the algorithm. And if you haven't already, definitely consider subscribing, helping out a small content creator like myself. We are at 484 subs out of that 500 goal, so thank you so much. We are so close, everybody. So if you haven't yet and you have been seeing these videos, you enjoy what you like, definitely consider doing so. I appreciate it. And as always, enjoy the rest of your day, and we will see you all back next time on the next Xvault gaming video. And until then, take care.